Guys, it's early Sunday morning. It's currently 75 degrees, but the high is supposed to be 84. But this is the thing. The wind is 20 miles an hour. And temperatures are supposed to drop to 33 degrees by the morning. So I've got to cover up again for 2 days and it'll pass. And now I'm so appreciative as to why I didn't put everything out at the same time. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to show you guys what I still have left and what I'm still growing. It's a little shady in this area here, but it is real sunny. Guys, I am so happy. It's a beautiful day. It is Saturday afternoon. I popped the temperature in. I think it's 69. And my son-in-law and my grandson, Brian, they are moving things out of the garden where I want them to go, because I told you I was downsizing and this work was just too heavy for me. And I'm giving all of this right here away. Some of the tomato cages. And yeah, they're gonna put it on the other side of the swimming pool. And this is what I have left of the garden. And I've still got a lot of cleaning up to do. A lot of junk over there. It's not really junk, tomato cages to go where I need them to go. And then I've got to clean up all of the grass in here. And I'll do that a little bit every day and put the bricks back where I want them. Okie dokie. I'll be back later. My tomato beds in this bed look fantastic. So I just need to protect them. Even that one that is right, let me get my shadow out, that was looking a little wimpy the other day, it's bouncing back. And you can see the wind, 20 miles an hour, guys, is really whipping these. I need to tell you that before I cover them, I cut my onions down some so they won't be sticking up. I'm gonna do this side first and then I'll get the other side. I got the first one done. I just take my time resting as I go. And now I'm getting ready to do the second one. I have to do something different in this bed for the simple fact, this is where some of my pepper plants are gonna go. And I have these mums here and you can see how big they're getting. I'm gonna cover them up because they can't handle a temperature lower than 32 degrees. Now, they'll die back and come back, but I don't want them to die back. So I'm gonna cover this bed with them in it. I think I got a Texas red hibiscus plant that I brought out here the other day. I'm gonna put it down in here. Here are my Texas red star hibiscus that's coming back from last year. I've got to prune this dead part off. They can handle a temperature down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, but this young tender plant can't. And this is the one I brought out, and you can see it's got really good roots. So I'm gonna cover this up under that bed that I just showed you. And I have about 4 more plants upstairs that I'll bring out and start acclimating after the bad weather. So I'm just gonna lay that one down right there, and then I'll start covering from this end and bringing it over. Okay, I've got this second large garden bed done. I am very pleased that I was able to do this all by myself. Happy to show you that I've got a double layer of frost cloths over here as well as over there. Now, let me show you the things that I'm not gonna cover up, and I'll explain the reasons why. The first thing I wanna show you that I'm not gonna cover up is my 2 strawberry beds. And the reason for that is Bria and I ate the ripe strawberries yesterday. They are a little misshapen, and that usually happens with the first strawberries of the season. But trust me, one of my highest rated videos, I did go all into that, and I'll leave a link to that in the comments about the fluctuations in the weather will make them get misshapen. But you see these little green ones? I mean, they're loaded with a lot of green strawberries all over these 2 beds. A 32 degree temperature won't hurt them. Do you see all of that green fruit? It's all through here. They can handle down to 28 degrees. We're not gonna get that low, so I'm not gonna waste time covering them up, okay? But the flowers can't take any temperature lower than 30, and we're not supposed to get near 30 degrees. It's supposed to be around 34, 32, 33. So I'm not worried about this. I'm not gonna waste my energy covering them up. And the reason why I know this, guys, because I've done it over and over and over, okay? Now, let's talk about sunflowers. I'm sitting on my bench. I want you to see those sunflowers in the corner over there. You see them? They can handle a temperature down to 20 degrees. There's no need for me to cover them up because they're going to get a windbreak over here and here, and that is going to create a microclimate over here that's going to be about 3 to 4 degrees higher than what the outside temperature is. And I have digital thermometers, and I'll know from my bedroom exactly what the temperature will be. So I don't have to waste energy covering up those beautiful sunflowers that are coming along nicely. It seems like the kale is doing much better after I remove those 2 layers off of the shade right in here. So they can handle a temperature down to kale. It can handle a temperature down to 0 degrees, so I'm not worried about that. The spinach, the same thing. And the flowers, which are dianthus, they can handle down to 20 degrees. So I don't have to cover up anything right in here. Now let's move on over to the roses that I showed you guys in my little short video. They can handle a freezing temperature, as well as the bok and pak choy right here. And the last thing over in this corner is daffodils and tulips. These aren't blooming yet, and that's because of the shade. But over here, they started blooming, and they bloomed and died back. They can handle a temperature down to 28 without being damaged. So I'm not worried about this. I'm done with this corner. Let's re-examine the temperatures for the projected forecast. 84 degrees Sunday. By Monday morning, it's supposed to be 34. That's too close for freezing for me not to cover up. And then it's going to warm up to the 50s. And then the next day is supposed to be 32 degrees in the morning, but it's supposed to warm up to the mid 60s. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that the temperature won't be freezing for very long. And we may get blessed, and it may not even get below 32 degrees. Now let's move over to the other side of the garden. All of the flowers I recently planted that I got for $1 on sale at Lowe's, like right over there, and over here, they can handle a freezing temperature. My oriental lilies that are coming back from last year, they can handle 32 degrees. Kale can handle a freezing temperature, as well as the celery over there, kale over there, all of these flowers right in here. You can see the wind knocked out my sign. I'm not worrying about it till the 20 miles per hour winds are gone. The tomato cages will go in their right places after the freeze. Rosemary that I thought had died back, I put into another fresh container along with the sage over here. Pruned it up real good. I thought it had died because I didn't cover it up when it was 12 degrees, but it came back. And I may throw a little cover over my baby fig trees. Yeah, I think I will. And I think these are Mexican petunias. I know that's what's popping up in here. I'm gonna prick them out and put them where I want them to go. The roses will be fine. And everything else I haven't planted yet. Oh, I forgot about the cauliflower right there. It can handle a freeze. And the potatoes that are in those 3 grow bags. Right here are my banana plants, and I haven't seen anything coming up yet, but they'll come up soon. And I'm sure those are Mexican petunias that the seeds, you know, the wind and the birds scattered seeds. This is my celery. I direct sowed these seeds, and because they're a little wimpy looking, even though they can take a temperature down to 30, I'm going to cover these up. Follow your first mind, guys. I know that kale will be fine right there, but I'm going to cover up this this celery. And while I'm here, because I got everything all around in the garden, because you know I'm doing that remodeling project, this is what I use for fungus. Somebody asked me, and I gave them a link to it on Amazon, and this is what insect killing soap that I use. And anytime you see that OMRI, you know it's considered organic. And I put this with neem oil, but I don't spray this once the temperatures are above 85 degrees because I don't want nothing to burn up. And it's concentrated, and you just follow the manufacturer's directions. And again, this was purchased from Amazon. So when the weather clears up, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the remodel of the garden, and I'll bring you back and show you how everything did after the freezing temperatures and when I'm finished the garden. Okay, so now I'm headed upstairs, and I'm gonna show you what I have growing up there, and then I'll quickly conclude the video. Well, I'm rushing because I want to get this all out today for the simple reason that I have subscribers that live in Dallas, you know, Plano, Louisville, Garland, a couple friends in Mesquite. If you got to do this afternoon while the temperature is 84, 85 degrees, I'm showing you how you can do it, and you will protect your plants. Trust me, guys, if I protected this garden when we had a 12-degree temperature and temperatures below 20 for 60 hours, and all of my brassicas, my collards, my kale, my cabbage, what else? I can't even think, guys. All of it survived. I know this will survive too. Okay, guys, I shared in a short video how I was germinating and using my hydroponic system as a heat source. I got some algae in here. I'm not worried about it. My experience has taught me that once I put it into potting mix, it'll go away. And I'm sure the algae was here because it had something floating around in the system. My basil has germinated. I'm using the light to let them grow. I have some more zinnias, some coleus. I'm going to grow that inside and outside. And then I decided to plant some more assorted zinnias here. And this is how I'm using my hydroponic systems. Now, let me show you what I didn't take outside at all. Okay, guys, here are my cucumbers. Aren't they beautiful? And I mean, they are getting big. Look at that root system. Look at that. And of course, you know, I have some water in the bottom of this cup. And this has all been grown in seed starting mix. And then I potted them up to indoor potting soil. And I don't have any fungus. I don't have any gnats. And it's beautiful. I do know I see some little yellowing. They need some nutrition. So when I get them into my raised garden beds or my containers, look at here. This is getting ready to bloom. That's a zinnia. You know it. Here are my peppers that's going in that bed that I showed you. Here's some yellowing. It's a nutritional deficiency, but they will be all right. In about, what, 10 days? I'm going to put all of this outside. Tomato plants growing crazy. Yeah, guys, don't ever put all of your plants outside at the same time. I don't care what the forecast says. I don't care what the predictions are. You just never know. So always have you some backup, a plan B. I thank you all for watching this video. I'm sorry you didn't see me in it visually so much. I'm in my house dress and it's raggedy. You know that I love you and God loves you too. Bye now.